In the second part, we go to another district. Thank you so much. Fatpur Sikri, Agra, Punjab, and a bit about Deccan, Golconda. Fatpur Sikri. This city was established near Agra in the Akbar Shah period, 16th century, and after his reign is lost its power. The complex has many Persian and Arabic inscriptions. The main entrance is called the Boland Darwaze and is perched at the top of several steps. We can see the tomb of Salimuddin Chashti in the courtyard built from white marble stone. This signature of calligrapher Hussein ibn Ahmad al-Chishti is here at the end of this part. Of course, it's the part of beginning the inscription. It must be there, but in this inscription, it's here. And another notable is this signature. It's a tradition in Persian calligraphy. The signature always is in Arabic language. Here it's Arabic, but Al-Chashti has a che. Che, it's not in Arabic, but it's with 3 points. Amazing. Because of this incredible India. Yes.
Even the Arabic gets Persianized.
Yes, it's amazing. Another inscriptions by Muhammad Ma'soum Nami Bakri in 1601. He has several inscriptions in India. One of them is in entrance of Red Fort. It's a huge and long marble stone. But here it's in red stone. Red stone before Mughal period was very usual, popular in, for example, tomb of Ghiyasuddin Balban, or in Qubbatul Islam. It's very usual. It's another tomb with Nastaliq inscriptions near the Salimuddin Chashti mausoleum with chronogram poems. It's detail of this. The style of calligraphy shows maybe the calligrapher was Iranian, immigrated to India. It's not accent of Indian Nastaliq. And it's another inscription in Nastaliq, inscription of Muhtasham Khan near the Salimuddin Chashti mausoleum, Persian chronogram with date 1834. It's again Persian style, very similar to Mir Ali al-Katib, very famous calligrapher from Herat. Again in this complex, a mosque from the Akbar Shah period in the west of the complex with the hadith, verses and Persian poetry. The top is in Souls style, it's hadith, Qala alayhi salam, and in the down it's in Persian, not very beautiful, but it's good. And because the circle curved form, it's so big, out of the rule, but maybe because of this people can see it from the long distance. And another tomb of Akbar the Great in Secondara. It's because of Taj Mahal, I think people don't see it carefully. But I wrote an article about the inscription of Akbar here and Taj Mahal. Both of them are work of Amanat Khan. And in that article, I discussed about the quality of this is more better than Taj Mahal. And there are 25 years difference between this and that. The tomb of Akbar built between this date. The inscriptions on the facade contain Persian poetry written by Abdul Haq of Shiraz. In this time, his name is Abdul Haq, not Amanat Khan. It's not in the signature Amanat Khan. In 1613. But after 25 years in Taj Mahal inscriptions, he don't use the Abdul Haq Shirazi, just Amanat Khan. It's again very interesting writing Persian poetry with the Souls script. It's not usual in Iran, just we use it for Quranic and Arabic text, and we use it just Nasta'aliq for Persian text. But it's very good. And the technique of this is different of Taj Mahal. In Taj Mahal is mu'arraq inlay, but it's just very simple white marble. Epitaph of Mirza Sulaiman Shukuh, son of Muhammad Shah Alam. The first line is in Naskh, beautiful, and the others are in Nasta'aliq script. It's very good quality of marble. And after this, near there in Agra fort, we have more inscriptions. One of them is Jahangir Salim throne, Sarir or Takht. The throne is all around this Sarir or throne. We have more parts of Persian poetry like this. And here پی تاریخ او به فکر شدم. It's chronogram of and unfortunately this time all the people can use it and will damage it. Sarir torn of here it's between two parts of a line of poetry of Hazrat Sultan Salim, son of Akbar Shah. This throne belonged to when his name was Salim, and after this it's changed to Jahangir. In parts of them they add this name again after this when he was a king. The date of this is 1602. Very beautiful with decorated arabesque patterns. And the quality of the calligraphy is very good, very near and similar to Persian calligraphers. and Taj Mahal. All the inscriptions from Taj Mahal belong to Quran in the same technique. It's at the end of the inscription is the signature of Abdul Haq Shirazi, Amanat Khan al-Shirazi. It's again very amazing. Up to here, the inscription is in Arabic language, but in signature, it's mixed with Arabic and Persian. He wrote, كتبه الفقير الحقير امانت خان الشیرازی فی. Up to here it's Arabic. From here it's changed to Persian. Like speaking the conversation of Indian here. فی در سنه 1048 هجری. It's Persian مطابق سنه 12 جلوس مبارک. It's Persian again. This part, quality of this part is good, but it has more errors in another parts. In that article I discussed about this. Why? Because except Amanat Khan, two another calligraphers works in this building in that time. It's Amanat Khan Sarai in Punjab. I searched about where is the tomb of him. At first I thought it's in Pakistan, but after some times I can found it in India, near just 20 kilometers distance to Lahore. Amanat Khan Sarai in Punjab. It's very interesting when we going to the Iran from Punjab, the techniques is changed. Here we can see tile. But when we compare this tile with the inscriptions, for example, of Taj Mahal, we can see this material is not good for weather of India. Because after 400 years, we cannot find any good, perfect tile here. But if it's, for example, in marble or with stone, like them, it's very good. The best part of this is just here. It shows it's just 1 year it built. 1 year after Taj Mahal. جلوس مبارک آن حضرت مطابق سال 1050. Yes, 2 years after Taj Mahal. It's a mosque in the Amanat Khan Sarai. Has just one very small inscription. It's hadith with stone here. And after this, at the end, I go to Golconda near Hyderabad. More than 60% of the population of Hyderabad is Muslim, and most of them are Shia. The Shia community can be traced by the gravestones in Golconda, remaining from the Qutb Shahi era that lasted from 1518 to 1687. Golconda is now a part of Hyderabad, among the numerous tombs in Golconda, the most notable ones belong to the 7 kings of Qutb Shahi dynasty, from Sultan Quli Qutb Shah to Mirza Nizamuddin Ahmad, whose tomb was left incomplete this time, and the tomb of Hayat Bakhshi Begum. The design and script of this complex is very different of another epitaph and gravestones. Just all of them in black color, and just Soul's script, Persian style. It's again very rare, just 4 or 5 sample of this I saw. It's Banai or Ma'qali. It's another kind of Kufik. It's very rare on gravestone. And after this, from here, it's this part. It's Soul's script. In India, the scholars called it Toghra. It's different. Again, I have an article, it's just in Persian, not English, about the difference between the name in India and Iran. About, for example, Toghra and Souls in India and in Iran. And again about, for example, Ta'liq or Shekaste or Shafi'e. Shafi'e is the same of Shekaste in Iran, but in Iran we don't say Shafi'e. It's belong to creator of this kind of calligraphy, Muhammad Shafi from Herat. For example, Divani or Ta'liq. In that article I discuss about this, because in catalog and other things sometimes we will be confused. What's this? It's Shafi'e or Shekaste. And when we see the manuscript, no, it's different name, but not different, just different, same. The different names, the meaning is same. It's at the end of this, it's with the date. All the gravestones in this complex very similar to them, and it's again, it's very interesting. Again, it's related to religion. For example, here it's Allah, Muhammad, Ali. Just they want to show the religion on gravestone, but they are very interesting and very beautiful. It's just one piece stone. And some sentences about conclusion. The Persian language entered India with the armies of Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni for the first time during the 11th century, yet the oldest extant Persian inscription in the Qubbatul Islam Mosque and dates back to 1191. The writing employed in these Persian inscriptions from the 12th century is not attractive and does not follow calligraphic guidelines. There are thousands of lines in Persian written and inscribed in stones, in palaces, mosques, madrasas and cemeteries from 12th to the 19th centuries. The presence of Persian, particularly Persian poetry in mosque inscription, including the mihrab inscriptions, is noteworthy and important because in Iran the principal language of mosque inscriptions is Arabic. During the Mughal era, as a result of a relation between Iran and India and because of Mughal kings' interest in Indian arts, hundreds of poets, calligraphers and painters immigrated to India. The source script reached in pinnacle of beauty in the mausoleums of Akbar, Atqa Khan and Shah Jahan. During the Mughal era, the Nastaliq script was also used in inscriptions, and it's the 17th century it reached its notable of beauty. It's yes, because of laptop, it's confused the bibliography. And thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you so much for that very interesting talk.